Good day everyone and welcome to Obidient Family TV. The program is Hope Alive. Yes, there is hope in Nigeria and a new Nigeria is certainly possible. On a good morning, afternoon and evening, depending on our time zone. Today we have come again to share what is happening in Nigeria, the highlights and the tidbits and all the things that go around in Nigeria, both the one that we officially deal with as an opposition and the ones that we bring to your notice. We'll be going straight to what is actually breaking out in Rivers State, as that very peace agreement is being a cause for the people of Rivers State. That is the Tinubu's agreement, as Fubara has finally spoken his mind about tearing apart that very agreement. He has spoken today, and you can see the crowd that is in this very place listening to him. This man has taken the mantle. They have destabilized the state. Wike has done so much against the state that most people are accusing him of not doing his work. But now he has spoken up. So we are going to be bringing that and having discussion on it. And then we have discussion also on this very thing that is going on at the Federal High Court, where the Binance said executive is being tried for treason, money laundering, and other things, and bring the news that is coming out from Binance that this man that is being held in Nigeria is not actually an executive employee of Binance, but actually a contractor who actually has trained EFCC and actually recovered funds for EFCC. And well, a lot of stories are going to come up in this as he's in court, and a lot is coming out from that court, and we are going to bring that. And then we have the other things where Tinubu is assuring the APC members that there is no hardship in Nigeria. I want to repeat that there is no hardship in Nigeria. In other words, all the protests we have seen are just manufactured and all of that they will all fizzle away. He constantly challenges the Nigerian youth about what they can do and what they can do, while the thing is on their hands and all of that. We'll bring that very discussion and how he said it and who clapped for him when he actually said this. Plus, we will not fail to bring our own PO who actually spoke out about people that he has been helping in the past that has been progressing, that he spoke earlier today. And I'm not the only one to talk all about this. I have Devan Dons in the studio.
Well, thank you for joining us on today's episode of the broadcast. Let us have these conversations.
Yes, as we are going towards this conversation, please like and share so that other Obedients will know that Obidient Family TV is live and happening. But before we commence this, I want to remind you, as I've been told, that once we start, I should announce that the registration of the Obidient Family Cooperative Society is already happening across all the local governments in Nigeria. So if your state has not registered, please join by going to this very broadcast information, the description information. There's a community WhatsApp platform there. Click the link and join so that you can state where and which state and local government you are from. We'll bring that up later in the day. But let's start with what is actually trending now about Fubara and the Rivers State. Recall in the past few months, with so much brouhaha in the media about Tinubu's peace accord directing, though unconstitutional, for peace to reign in Rivers State. But it seems like it's a cause for the Rivers people, because now the House of Assembly is not sitting as they should. Of course, some people say it's illegal, so many matters in court. And then Wike is hanging on that very thing to be insulting him, to insult Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, and all his commissioners who were forced on him. And he has spoken up today. But before you react to that, let's actually hear what Fubara has to say about all of this before we commence the discussion.
It is not a protest rally. Rather, thousands of local government employees from all the 23 local government areas of Rivers State are at the Government House, Port Harcourt, to show gratitude to Governor Fubara for the wonderful things his administration has done for them, with the latest being the implementation of the 30,000 Naira minimum wage.
This rally for us remains one of the most viable options for us to draw attention of what we have collectively described as the return of hope to our people and the local government service, and to appreciate Your Excellency for taking the bold step to right the wrong.
The last 10 months have certainly been bountiful for civil servants in Rivers State who have enjoyed all the promotions and benefits due to them from an administration led by a man who was one of their own until he became governor.
I want to also tell you, nothing will stop the implementation of promotion this month.
Governor Fubara is using the gathering to speak on other issues with particular reference to the political crisis in the state.
Maturity is not about age. Maturity is in person. I choose not to respond to people that are assumed that are mature, but immature in attitude.
He wants that his decision to accept and implement the December 18, 2023 presidential agreement should not be taken for granted.
Mr. President invited all the parties to Abuja and came out with a resolution that we should go and implement. That resolution, I'm implementing it, is not a constitutional implementation. It's a political solution to a problem. And I'm doing it because of the respect I have for Mr. President. But let me say it here. If that action that I've accepted to follow will be taken for my weakness, I will surprise them. I want this message to go to them, and I believe you know what I mean.
While calling on workers and the people of the state to be peaceful and law-abiding, Fubara says he will continue to govern Rivers State with the fear of God. Dagbo Biakeme, AIT News Patak.
And two major pronouncements. One is very key, that that Wike is not matured enough. You get that point? That is his boss. His Oga is not matured enough. Then the second one is that he said if that very agreement, if they are going to take it as if he's not, as if he does not know what he's going to do, he know if that things will happen. And you know, it's a very open threat in the midst of thousands of River State crowd.
Oh yeah, he said he was going to surprise them, and to be honest, I'm less concerned about this surprise, especially when it has to do with both him and Wike, because I just pray whatever, or I just hope whatever surprises they plan or they have in store for each other actually does not deter the you know, foster like development in River State. So they should just really keep their egos aside, and whatever it is, they should not use you know what they say about when two elephants fight, the grasses suffer, or the grasses are actually the one that are at the receiving end of it. River State people are the receiving ends of all of this. The fact that their assembly is not sitting currently and all of that is going on right now is actually depriving people of proper representation in the House of Assembly, right? And so basically, between all the drama going on with their political parties and everything going on, I just hope, my goal and my aim is just that it doesn't affect the River State people or the mandate of the River State. If it doesn't affect the River State people,
the challenges that has been going on there is that the people that are the legislator, they have been sitting. There's no two ways about it. They have been sitting, but they are sitting illegally because there is court pronouncement that says that they are illegal. They should not even sit. That's one. And since they have been sitting, all the laws that they have been shooting out has always gone against the governor of River State. Now, that on itself is pushing the democracy you're talking about back. You understand me? That is pushing development of the state back. And he is trying to take back the state. Why? Because it is not just a fight between him and his Oga. It is his Oga trying to get control of the state, trying to destabilize the state. And why are we even against his Oga? It's not that he's an Obidient or he's somebody that we should, you know, always pronounce his greatness or something. But no, he conspired with his Oga to take the mandate over there. But his Oga is the major actor. Yes, Wike sold Obidient votes out. And that is something that Obedients are not going to forgive him very soon. Maybe 2027. But for now, we know that Yes Wike, for all we care, should be punished for the crime he committed, not just against the Obedience, but all well-meaning Nigerians. And for all of us who are watching right now, if you agree with me, go to the comment section and tell me how you feel about the betrayal of Nyesom Wike and how that Nyesom Wike should even be barred from entering that River State. And he should just base where his Oga has actually given him work to do, which is the FCT. That will keep putting our ears to the ground to get those news. And one of these days, I'm sure it will happen. It has happened to some of the people that they are governors, they can't go back. At a point, even Kwankwaso was not able to go back to Kanu State. We all are in Nigeria. But let's take, we'll just wait and see how it pans out. Go to comment section, just say what you think is good to go for that Nyesom Wike. Now, let's take another highlight that is in our listing here. We have the Binance issue. Right. Binance is everywhere, it's trending on the news. And the man that they have taken, EFCC has taken to court, what's the other ministry that has also taken them? That is FIRS, that says he invaded tax and all of that. First, do Binance has an office, or is it incorporated in CSE in Nigeria? That's the number one. The number two is, this person that are now taken to court, the Binance has come out to say he is not a non-executive member and he is just a contractor. And Nigeria is here hitting on $10 billion they want from Binance. I think it's a laugh. Well,
it's like you rightly said, it's just something that is very funny. It is almost on par with insanity for them to actually put, detain this executive. By the way, they're not even executives. These are people who work on contracts for the company. So imagine how, insane it sounds for you to say you're actually working on contracts with a company, and then all of a sudden you are caught in the middle of a drama between the company and another country, and now you're not the one suffering for the whole thing. But basically the whole point is that I just think they're not telling us something about this, because the story is not really adding up. Because detaining two people, one escaping from your custody and then the other one you press charges against him in absentia, is just You
see, Nigeria is a crime scene. Let me be clear with you. We might not be in Abuja on EFCC's office or in FCC's custody, but the major person who happens to be an executive was discreetly, whether released or fleed. You get my point? So Nigeria is a place where you don't believe what comes out of their mouth. So there's a reasonable probability that something would have happened behind the scene for the main person who is being held to have gone back. And the person who is held back as a scapegoat is now the person that Binance is saying is a contractor. You want them to pay you 10 billion naira for contracting, for a contractor? I really doubt it. So you can see, and this same man, they say he has compliance with all regulations. Even he has worked with FBI, he has worked DOG, the Department of Justice in US, and he has actually trained about 70-something personnel of the EFCC and recovered money for them. So this is something outstanding. So they are saying this very person who is being held and tried being tried in the court now is not the right person to hold. I think the Nigerian government need to actually sit with these Binance people and have a proper discussion on if they want them to pay their taxes and all of that, they do that, or they can seek what they call extradition order from US or something like that, so that those executives over there could actually come to Nigeria to answer. Or they can move to US and then US have courts, of course, you understand me, and move their things over here. But holding this man over here, if he's actually a contractor, will result in nothing. If he's sent to prison, Nigeria wouldn't get the money they are seeking to get. That's what my thoughts are.
Basically, it's actually funny because in all of this drama going on, we can't even trust our judiciary to actually do right or do the right thing, because we don't know our judiciary to be independent of the executive backing or executive orders. So even if they take this to court, it is just going to be a sham, to be honest. Of course, they are going to win, right? Whatever it is they slam on this man, he's going to have to bear the consequences. And my heart really just goes out to this man. If in the grand scheme of things, he's just a pawn in whatever, chess game that they are playing there, it is just really not adding up. And they really need to come out and tell Nigerians point blank what exactly it is they have against Binance. Because if it is the allegations of terrorism financing and them crashing the Naira and all of that, it's really...
let's get the commentary from this very Binance court arraignment, and then we can proceed to other things.
And the arraignment of Binance Holdings Limited and one of his senior executives, Tigray Gambayan, has been stalled at the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja. The arraignment could not go on as Mr. Gambayan was served in court with a charge by the FIROS, and Binance has not been served with a charge by the EFCC. Senior reporter on Judiciary Matters, Celestina Area, reports.
The defendants are being prosecuted by the FIRS on the 4 counts of tax evasion and the EFCC on the 5 counts of money laundering and operating specialized business without license. The day's proceedings was for arraignment. However, counsel to Mr. Gambayan drew the attention of the court to the fact that his client has not been served with the charge. In response, counsel to the FIRS told the court that service on the second defendant has been difficult as he has been in custody. The court ordered that the defendants be served in court. The prosecution also prayed the court for adjournment to enable the defendant to go through the charge and be ready to take his plea. The court adjourned to 19th April for arraignment. The EFCC on its part told the court that they have served Mr. Gambayan with their own charge and were ready for him to take his plea. Counsel to Mr. Gambayan objected to the submissions on grounds that it is a joint charge and the first defendant has not been served, and the second defendant refused to receive service on behalf of the first defendant as he is not a representative of the first defendant. Under Section 123B of ACJA, the second defendant does not qualify to receive service on behalf of Binance. Document to prove that Mr. Gambayan was appointed to receive service for Binance. On this particular issue, the court adjourned to 8 April to rule on whether the second defendant can receive service on behalf of Binance, or the court can enter a plea of not guilty in the absence. Counsels in the matter declined making any comments to newsmen. The federal government also blocked other online trading platforms such as Crypto, OtterXverse, Coinbase, FSTM, amongst others. But the case of Binance is very peculiar, as Binance could not account for over $26 billion traded on its platform.
Time where EFCC just see you, but then think say money go come out for inside. That's how them go to jump and as you take talk, Divine, this has gone to the court right now, and the next thing is cash out for the court. You understand me? Because as we know, the judiciary is not independent, and the judiciary is not what it used to be. We already have that at the back of our mind. What they'll be looking at is this Binance of a thing. How much are they worth? You understand? As they are coming to court, is money going to come out of it? You understand? And even their fellow justices, so we say then they there, then go still they act, they tell the other judge, you where they be say you they handle this Binance matter, money go there now. It is all about money. The judiciary, not just that they are not independent, but they are corrupt. We already know what pans out and how it is all going. But all the same, the question I want to ask is Binance not a remitted liability company registered with CAC in Nigeria? Don't they have Nigerians that are the directors of this company? Why are they not being arraigned if they are actually registered in Nigeria? Well, please, if they do you give I say your mouth they do mui. They register, but they no register.
But I wouldn't be able to tell if they did or not. I don't work with CAC, but that's besides the point. The point I wanted to raise is the fact that the reason why they said Binance is actually going to court now is that they accused them of actually devaluing the Naira. That because of all the whole crypto exchange and whatever money laundering going on their platform, that is why the
well,
Naira
that is not what we are seeing that is final in court. Okay. What they have in court is two things. EFCC is taking them in, Federal Revenue Service is also taking them for tax evasion on one side, and then EFCC is taking them for money laundering. That is the two counts that they have there.
And the money laundering, they are saying it is devaluing the Naira. So that was the origin of the entire brouhaha with them, that the reason why our Naira kept plunging was because of whatever dubious things they were doing on the platform, and they actually banned it. So my problem now is, if they've banned it, why are we still here? Binance currently doesn't work in Nigeria. So if the problem is that, you know, Binance is actually the one behind the devaluing of the Naira, Binance has actually stopped working in Nigeria, and still our Naira is still, you know, where it is. The only thing now they are doing, trying to, you know, have it gain cheap clout, is actually floating it and doing market speculations. So without that, actually it was Binance that was the reason for all of this. So my point is, after all of this drama, why are we still here? They're not telling Nigerians the true reason. That's
well, until April 8th, when we come back, when the court reconvenes, we'll hear this. Then while we are still on this, I want to bring the issue of Tinubu assuring Nigerians that hardship is going away very, very soon. But how is hunger being dealt with? Go to the market today. The prices, even when they say that the dollar has fallen, the whole things are still at top where it is. Bread has not come down, except if it has come down in your place. I know that Gary has not come down. I know that several things that has gone up has not been down, since they are still speculating on this very Naira thing. Yet Tinubu had to stay in the midst of where people are clapping for him and telling them that the hardship is over and is going to walk away. Let me also remind us one thing that is very, very keen, that the issue of hardship has come to stay, and Nigerians seems to have adapted to the hardship, because nobody anywhere, except the people who stop grain carrying trucks on the way or loot warehouses, the hunger is consistent. The renewed shege has been there. Even when he said it's a renewed hope, but everybody knows that it's a renewed shege. Let's even hear how he said these things to come back for this discussion.
And it is the hard job that you promised the people of Nigeria when you were campaigning for me. You promised them a good result. Didn't you? Yes. That's it. I have to work for it. No magic wand. I campaign on hope. I have to rest on that hope and push for that hope for the joy of every one of us. The economy is looking good. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Yes, we know we have the challenge of inflation. It's okay. We will bring it down. We are re-engineering. Our revenue is gone, and we are taking our sovereignty and respect back around the world. Not that we have to go there and hire them to do the job for us. We are doing it ourselves. Whatever is happening to us, we have to solve it by ourselves. It is your effort, your thinking, your resourcefulness, your investment, your dedication and hard work that can only get us there.
How people are clapping when when Tinubu is talking about hardship going away, that the economy is coming back. I just wonder, Nigerians, they are very easy to adapt to certain things and just keep their mind. You can see people who are just clapping their hand on this very economy. Even when they fly, because most of them who are there might be the elite, you understand me? They would have flown to Abuja to attend this very meeting. And I'm very much sure they know how much they purchased the tickets. Some of the people you were giving earlier on today on your show, you were explaining how Arik passengers were actually stranded at the airport, and they were asked they are going to be paid back, I think, about in 8 months' time. Yeah. And at the same time, there are people who had paid a whole lot of money. Do you know what that 8 months means? Let me even tell you, from their house, if they don't have their own vehicle to go to the airport, they'll be spending between 20 and 30,000 naira just port alone. And then you are told that the flight is not going. Then you are going to go back with another 30,000. Is the economy getting any better? And why is the hand clapping? Oh, it's...
you know what? It's really much emphasis on why our hands clapping. But to be honest, I think I have an answer to why hands are clapping. Those are the hands that actually get the handouts from Chief Bola Tinubu. Those are the ones that eat their own share of the national cake. Yes, there's inflation, but they are not on the you know, major end of the receiving parts, because like at least by the time after all that clapping, maybe they get some, you know, small handouts to them, and then some people don't actually care much about it. As long as they get their own share, every other person can go to help. But you know, I think with this declaration that the economy is looking good and all of that, I think it's really a thin line between you know, enthusiasm and delusion, to be honest, because it's one thing for you to say, you know what, I'm enthusiastic that the nation is going to bounce back and stuff like that, and it's another thing to be outrightly delusional. I think this is delusion because we are all living in Nigeria and we know what the current reality is, and it is actually contrasting what he has said. He said we are collecting back our respect from the international bodies and all of that, and I think that's very laughable, because how many foreign investors have we gotten since the whole drama going on with Binance and since he actually, you know, assumed office? So I just think it's a lot of delusion going on, and I mean, it's okay to delude themselves because they're not actually on the receiving end of the brunt. So basically, it is him really just doing his thing. He said we should not worry about Nigeria's economy, and that is looking good. Even though we know the testimony is different, especially for the common man in Nigeria, he's very well within his rights to say that because he's so detached from the reality of things.
Yes, well, if you are here and you are watching, you are well-meaning Nigerian, please go to comment section, tell us whether the economy is looking good, tell us if the hunger that is in Nigeria has abated, and tell us whether you are seriously okay with the way things are in Nigeria. Go to comment section, let us know how you feel about this. But in a sober reflection here, let's even see something that might put us on a lighter mode. That is what PO speaking today, where he actually went to his platform on X and reached out to all obedience and well-meaning Nigerians of what the wedding he attended. So let me take it in quotes. Say, 2 days ago, I had the privilege of attending the wedding ceremony of Dr. Chenna. Joining many other well-wishers, I had known Nze since his days as a young first-class graduate who benefited from my 1 million support program, and since then, he has steadily progressed to earn his PhD and becoming the head of the department at his university. I'm happy with how Dr. Nze has continued to grow. With the help of that support 2 years ago, he won the Nigerian National Award for Creative Writing in Indigenous Language. His journey reinforced my faith in the power of uplifting humanity and contributing to societal growth, especially by investing in the most critical areas of development, education, health, lifting people out of poverty. May God Almighty bless their marriage. Signed, P2B. And we have somebody who said, Omo, this man, you dey wakao. May God give you strength. Yes, that is PO, and as you know, always PO, we keep emphasizing that when you are doing the right thing, good thing must come to you, you understand? And when you see people who are doing the right thing and we are progressing, then you need to actually, you know, give some people some sort of moral upliftment by saying, this person I gave 1 million naira has done so more, so you understand? And then we expect others. So what are your thoughts?
Well, it's actually on a lighter note because there's a lot of sad stories in the Nigerian media currently, and so it's actually a breath of fresh air. You know, congratulations to the couple and happy married life to them. It's actually good when you actually give someone a platform or give somebody a helping hand, and you see them take that helping hand and just do something beautiful with it. So shout out to the man and his wife and His Excellency P2B.
Yes, our own Okute His Excellency Peter Obi. Let me, while we are still at Peter Obi, I want to also congratulate Alex Oti of Abia State for paying the arrears of pensioners in Abia State, totaling about 9 billion. And they ask how this man they take get money myself. No be the same Abuja where then they go share money. Now in this man they getting own money from. Consider the roads where they do for there. Consider the whole projects where they go there. Then clearance of 9 billion again. Where they get money from?
Well, he just puts the money he gets to judicious use. That's the very simple answer. Because a lot of our politicians actually get all these allocations, get all this money. The other day, we were reading verbatim, word for word, the huge amounts of money that these people got as monthly allocations, right? Abia State Governor Dr. Alex Oti just happens to put them to judicious use, and he channels them to the right sources. At least he's not using 15 billion naira to renovate any house in Abia State.
Obasani of Kaduna State talks say the one way in college no even reach to pay the workers' salary for Kaduna State. Well, so many things and so many things are happening. But anyway, our time don't they give us signal we say make we begin to talk fastly and come out for studio. But before we go come out for studio, I want let you know say now next tomorrow be our meeting will be the Obidient Family Cooperative Society meeting on Saturday. And I will be posting by tomorrow. We'll be posting the Zoom invite link. So wherever you are, you can join us via Zoom to have a meeting of this very structure we have been talking about. We don't talk. We don't tire about talking. Now, not to talk, not do. Now we won't do. As they see for the screen, many people today for our community, they post all the registration where they don't do. Even Edo State, myself, then they do the whole local governments now. They even contacted me today discussing with the Ministry of Trade and Commerce that is actually handling it, and they are moving, supported by our own Lord K. We thank him and we bless him. May God support him and make him no suffer worse pain at all. So wherever you dey now, what you go to ask yourself as an obedient member be say, my local government where I dey, whether we don't register as Obidient Family Cooperative Society. Now for this very particular structure where we dey talk, now be the grassroots one. Now that one will carry help people where they for their local governments. Now for that one go take do the structure where we go take support all the agriculture people where they there. And now for domicile in your local government, no person where they Abuja, now go come register them for you. That thing go happen for your local government. So wherever you dey, make you go for the description of this very video now. You go see the WhatsApp community platform where you fit join us. You go ask your question, then you go answer. How you go take register, then go answer, and all those things. Then for the people who don't register, even people who say they no get money, we dey support them with money, make them for register. You go there for their own side. Now them go they do their meeting by themselves. But the first thing now be the first, which is we must get the structure right. Now the foundation is to register a cooperative society, and the name is Obidient Family Multipurpose Cooperative Society. The only difference we go there for all of them across the federation, now the local government name where they inside will be the structure where it dey. Until tomorrow when we come again. Bye for now.
Journalists converge on the conference room of the Defense Headquarters for the first quarter briefing of the Defense Media Operations. With military precision, the Director, Defense Media Operations, reels out statistics of successes recorded in various theaters of operation.
We have employed significant firepower to neutralize several terrorists as well as disrupt their activities. Troops have killed several of their leaders, their commanders, and their foot soldiers within the period. Significant commanders killed include, but is not limited to, the following names mentioned. Famously known as Abubakar Mainok. He was the head of ISWAP took him out. We also took out another Haruna Isaiah Baderi. Others that were taken out include that Baderi was a notorious terrorist who operated along Bindingwari Forest in Kaduna State, as well as along the Abuja-Kaduna Highway.
Beyond the elimination of terrorists in various parts of the country, the troops also had encounters with a number of crude oil thieves.
They denied the oil theft of over 21 million liters of stolen crude oil. They denied the oil theft of over 2 million liters of illegally refined AGO, 53,000 liters of illegally refined DPK, and over 50,000 liters of illegally refined PMS. Additionally, the troops of Operation Delta Safe recovered over 200 assorted weapons and destroyed 685 wooden boats, 8,416 assorted ammunitions were recovered, and equally destroyed 655 illegally or illegal refining sites.